Hello and welcome, I'm Mystical, this is Mystical Gaming, and we are, as you can see, we're jumping into Gear Dungeon, what has commonly been referred to as Gear Raid 4, and we're going to have a look at Stage 1. Everyone will have to do Stage 1, and we can have a look to see how easy it is. So the new content coming through will be this. It's on the Forerunner server, so it may not be like this, there may be some tweaks and changes, we don't know for definite, but this is what I can see at the moment. And we'll have a quick look at this. So on the right hand side here, monster core mechanics. There are no special mechanics for this stage. As the stages go up, you can see by stage 2 there are certain mobs that are greatly reduced physical damage. That's why you want mages. And then stage 3, there's more mobs that are immune. Stage 4, they're reduced to some more, and so on and so forth. It gets harder as you go on. Now, what we're looking at though is stage 1. New content will drop if you have done Gear Raids 1, 2 and 3, stages 18, and you haven't done 19 yet, and you're missing gear. This is a really good place for you to come. You can pick up some nice gear. So you have the chance still to get your unidentified weapon and unidentified bangle, which give you the extra sub-stat, I suppose, or the extra effect on a bangle or weapon. On top of that, we're going to get dungeon crystals, so we can go to the shop and buy better stuff anyway. So while we're doing this, we will get better gear for our champions going forward. So to make that jump from Gear Raid 18 to stage 19 should be a lot easier once we've done this. It's really nice. Now let's jump in and have a quick look. So stage 1, our team. What we're going to do is we're going to pick up a couple of tanks, a fighter, a few magic damage dealers and some healers. I'm going to chuck them in and we shall see how easy we can make this fight. So if there's anyone worried about it, oh, it's new content, it's only for whales, it's only for game accounts, it's not. You should be able to do this and progress your account. It is really well done. This stage is really well done. I've got a lot of love for it. So there's 2 tanks. I'm going to put our defenders in. We've got a healer there, we've got our 2 healers, we want 2 healers in there, and then we want some magic damage, so we're putting some magic in there, AoE, and we want a fighter as well. Now that is essentially us making up 2 teams, so there'll be 2 teams of 4 that we place down, giving us 8 champions in total. That's our 8 champions. Now from there we just want to put in a couple of lords because it boosts our account, or it boosts our stats on our champions, so we're adding those in as well, but we won't be placing them. We are sufficiently under what's recommended, so that makes it a little nicer for us, and then we're just going to jump in and have a look at what we do. So we'll have a look at the map, see what the boss does, see what the mobs actually do. Now let's jump into the monster manual. There's the boss. Control immunity, immune to all CC effects except slow. Blood Banquet prioritises attacking defenders. That is really nice to know. Empress Banquet applies lifesteal to all monsters, restoring 15% of their max HP every time they attack. We're just going to motor ourselves over that. We're not going to really worry about it. That isn't an issue. We don't have the champions to do that. You may well have the champions to deal with that. So these are the mobs that are going to be coming down to us. Now if we start off, the boss will arrive. There's the boss. Not going to worry about the boss at all. Common skeleton, possesses Eye of Clarity, and that way it can see invisible people. So if your champions are invisible, they are still going to see them. And it's nice to see these mobs have got an icon above them so we can see what skills they have. Now what we're going to do is we are going to stick down our defender. We are going to stick down some magic damage. And then we're going to do some healing. That's all nice. Now if we check on the boss will only attack our defender. There it goes, boom, hits the defender, and it doesn't hit for that much. We are quite happy there. And now we're going to stick in another fighter behind. So this is one way to do this fight, or this area. We've got a defender, we've got a fighter that can reach over it. Now the advantage is the fighter will also block as well as the defender. So we've got mobs coming down here, and we've got 6 of them, so they could power through one defender. But as we've got a defender and a fighter, They won't get past both, and it gives us enough time to actually do some damage on them. Going forward, you do want to make sure that your fighters are doing magic damage, because that's what they're immune to. Now, the other thing to note is, if we put our mage up here, here's our mage, and it's much closer to the boss, the thing the boss would do is then target straight away our defender. It leaves our boss alone. Now if we put a new defender up, the next time the boss attacks, it will attack our new defender, so leaving our old one alone. And we're going to add a healer to this little group up here. And this group up here, what we're going to do is we're going to go double mage damage or double magic damage on them. As soon as you got 23, there's our 23, so we can put that down there. And that, I think, is everyone covered. Yeah. Now you will note we're only using epics. We've got our 2 lords down here that we haven't placed on the field. Our healers aren't top range healers, and when you have a look at the gear's not all that either. Now I'm hoping by the time you're here and you're doing this, you will have some legendaries and your gear will be better than this. I just want to show that this new content coming out, if it stays like this, I think is good for everyone. As it scales up, it will get harder, but you'll get better rewards. But to start with, you should be able to do the first stage if you can do gear raids 1, 2 and 3 stages 18. It's all good for you. Now we'll also notice we haven't used a single ultimate skill. This is just on tick over completely. There is nothing we're doing to this at all. We're just letting it run. And we are now, what, 25 out of 50 mobs in. We're halfway through. We've got no issues. We've managed probably the first half, and that's probably the harder part with getting everyone down at the right times and things like that. The number of mobs we've got coming down at the bottom here, if we don't kill them in time, we've got another group of 6 coming through. So that's where you can easily get overrun. So let's just speed this up and get this done. I think this is sort of the last wave at the bottom being done. I mean, when you do this, you will have better gear, I promise you, and you will be able to use things like, if you got Demi the other day when she was up for grabs, maybe you got her, and there is the heal reduction on there. Lasser, there's another one. There we go, there's it all done. There's our rewards popped up. There's our little victory. There's it 3 stars. We can even auto it. It would take you 3,000 energy to use your 150 keys, but we've got 2 rewards, which are nice. I mean, I'm guessing they are horrific. Yeah, horrific 1, horrific 2, but we do get our dungeon crystals, so we would get 150 times 10, so we would get 1,500 of them. And remember, you can keep that currency. That currency is not getting wiped, so if you don't use them all up that time, so you would get, I think, 2,000 by the end. So you could get yourself a ancient mythic gear piece. It may not be the one you want. In fact, it's probably not going to be the one you want, but you could get that. If you can do stage 1, the likelihood is you could probably go on and clear stage 2, but you can definitely do stage 1 without any issues whatsoever. So if we come out and have a look at the champions, so here's our 2 healers. Nothing brilliant there, nothing's ranked up, nothing from stages. There's our other healer, absolutely priceless gear there, top end, can't knock it. We've got a couple of defenders we used. Now if we have a look at our defenders, we are missing a piece there, and we are missing a piece there, just to make sure, and it's all rounded up to 12. Happy? So nothing major there for you to worry about. We used 1 fighter. probably the best geared person here, as it stands at the moment. So here is our fighter. And now on to our mages. Oh, there's our new best geared, and I used something from a gear aid above 18. Sorry about that, I should have whipped that off. There's our other mage that we're using in conjunction, so nothing major there. And lastly, Varius. That's it. No big gear required, no endgame account required, all epics. You'll have better champions than this, and I'm sure you can get better stats than this without too much trouble. So with the new content coming, I wish you luck. You should all be able to do it. God, he is so cool. Absolutely love him. You should all be able to do it. I'm rambling. Without any issues whatsoever. Good luck with what you get to forge, or good luck with your unidentified weapon and bangles that you get. I hope you do well. Please let us know in the comments below if you're looking forward to the new content. You all should be able to. You'll have 3,000 energy. Whether we will see a new Oracle's Trial come up for it, I don't know, but that would be nice if they did. That would be handy. So I wish you all luck in your gear dungeon. Hope you get your rewards. And please leave me a thumbs up and subscribe, that would be helpful, and I'll see you all again in the video soon. I think we're going to look at doing Gear Aid 319 because that's just popped up, so I should probably push an account that way. And I'll see you all again soon. Thank you very much for your time. Cheers and goodbye.